changing. We see more extreme heat. We see more intense storms. We see larger impacts. We see disease outbreaks and other issues. And so as we're looking at how we need to prepare and respond, the more data and science informed that we can be, the better. And I think some of our tools are sort of used to this brave new world, but others need to be refined and a little bit more adapted to the current mission set. I mean, for me, the vision is really just humanitarian assistance and a humanitarian assistance community that is better prepared, that is faster, that is more targeted, and that is able to deliver in a way that is certainly more effective and sustainable. And so this entire conversation is just one part of that vision. And I think, the other piece is that this is incredibly important as we think about this here in Washington, D.C. and at our headquarters, but we also really bring in the broader universe of partners, be them community, local, subnational, national, and international, to come with us on this journey and make sort of the use of science and technology part and parcel of resource allocation, of decision making, of budgeting and planning. And there is this sort of no shortage of opportunity. So it's really scary and it's a really exciting place at the same time.
I couldn't agree more. And as I reflect on this question and listen to my colleagues on it, one of the things that strike me is that we really want to live up to the vision of having a real all hazards approach, irrespective of what hazards and threats that we may face in this country and around the world. And the only way to really do that is to have a whole of government and whole of community solutions, and collaboration and partnerships are key to that. As I look around this room, one of the things that I know that we are already moving toward fulfilling that vision, we heard from Josh Barnes earlier today. I'm extremely excited that he is partnering with our response division. Our Assistant Administrator of Response, John Rabin, is here with us today, and they will be partnered together in our National Response Coordination Center. That's not FEMA Center. That's the nation's National Response and Coordination Center. So to bring those partners to the table, they've already had long-standing relationships, but to deepen those partnerships, to be able to translate that data and information in real time to be actionable intelligence, both for the response and then to inform the recovery. But and as I think about these partnerships, at the beginning of June, I had the great fortune to kick off hurricane season, so to speak, with NOAA. And so from those larger events down to the operational aspects of it, they're all important. But I also want us to use the data and leverage the partnerships to pivot toward mitigation, because the investments that we can make in mitigation ahead of time will save lives and save dollars on the back end. And so that's what I'm looking forward to.
Well, Mike, I loved your comment about the social sciences. At NIST, we strongly believe in this and integrate our physical sciences and social sciences in every study and investigation that we have of disasters, and I appreciate you mentioning that. I believe that the DRCS has an incredible potential to fortify the existing partnership that we have across all of our agencies that are seated here and those that are not here as well. I am so excited for your launch. Formalizing our agencies' coordination will improve the scientific tools that we leverage during the disaster response and afterward as we conduct investigations and studies. Regular coordination may introduce novel tools and analyses that we have not previously used at NIST and can help improve timeliness of accessing and sharing critical data of the disaster, which you've heard here from many of my fellow panelists. It'll also facilitate the measurement of disasters and their impacts on society. And after all, NIST is a metrology institution. The ultimate goal of our investigations and studies is to make recommendations to codes, standards, and practice that will achieve major, measurable reductions in the losses of life and property. Our statutory programs also promote the dissemination of knowledge and implementation of tools, practices, and policies that enhance strategies to withstand and recover from major events. This is especially true as we look forward, and I really appreciate several of you mentioning this, into updating building codes with good climate measurements that NASA satellites can bring to bear. For the past few years, NIST, NOAA, and the American Society of Civil Engineers have been working together to advance infrastructure planning and inform updates on climate resilience that would benefit from NASA's Earth observations. So congratulations on this launch. We're so excited to continue working with all of you.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, each of you, for joining us here today, for sharing all of your insights and your visions. There's so much opportunity for the future, and ideally we're building a more resilient world together. So thank you to all of you for your sharing with us today, and also I look very much forward to what we build together moving forward. At this time, we're going to please invite and welcome NASA's Associate Administrator, Dr. Nicola Fox, up to the stage to close out our event.
Thank you so much. It is a pleasure to be here and to get the honor to kind of tie this up with a bow, this opening. So in the Science Mission Directorate, everything we do is interconnected, and our discoveries and our technological innovations build off one another to help humanity answer profound questions about the nature of our solar system and beyond, but particularly our place in our solar system. Most importantly, our work touches everyone on Earth, and it helps improve our everyday lives. We have over 140 active missions across the solar system, delivering NASA science every second of every day of every year. Our Earth Science Fleet in particular has been providing critical data on our land, our ecosystems, water, air, temperature, and climate for more than 50 years to increase our understanding of our home planet, improve our lives, and safeguard our future. It is really exciting to be here and see the Disasters Response Coordination System and how it's launching today. It represents NASA's major investment in changing the way we work and improving how we place the best available science into the hands of people who are solving real-world challenges every day, getting the data into the hands of people who need it and, more importantly, can use it. 2024 is already an active year for disaster response, and we're not even at the halfway point in our calendar year. And yet we've seen floods, landslides, extreme heat, tornadoes, and volcanoes, and they've made significant marks on our communities across the nation and across the world. As Pam said, this is not a national issue, it's a world issue. We're also now entering our 2024 hurricane season, and our colleagues at NOAA have predicted as many as 25 named storms this year, and no other pre-season outlook in history has predicted so many storms. And of course, while we are always ready to support our operational partners for the natural disaster events that we can predict on the horizon, most importantly, here at NASA, we are preparing for those disasters that we cannot yet foresee. One example of this is our Planetary Defense Coordination Office, and they are preparing far in advance alongside our interagency and our international partners to find, to track, and to better understand asteroids and comets that could pose an impact hazard here to us here on Earth. While space weather, something near and dear to my own heart, space weather can spark beautiful auroras across the skies, and I hope many of you were able to see the spectacular display that our sun gave us just last month. But while auroras are beautiful in the sky, they have the potential to cause disruptions for us here on Earth, and they can be dangerous for our spacecraft and for our astronauts that are in space. So to better understand and predict space weather, we have a fleet of heliophysics missions that are studying our neighborhood star, my favorite star, the sun. The need to better be prepared for the challenges we face today and tomorrow could not be greater. The Disaster Response Coordination System is NASA's recognition of such incredible challenges and is an investment in building our collective capabilities as we continue to confront our changing climate and its impacts on humans and on our environment. The public can see the latest data, models, and tools that NASA is using to better understand our changing world by visiting our newly opened Earth Information Center in NASA headquarters here in Washington, D.C. And as well, if you are not able to come here in person, you can go online to earth.gov and share in the joy of looking at our planet in every single different way. So I do encourage you to stop by and explore the new elements that highlight some of our data and the tools to better understand disaster response. And clearly this is just the beginning. We are continually advancing our robust data set as we enter into a new era of next generation Earth science satellites. Very soon, we will launch NISAR alongside the Indian Space Research Organization to study our home planet's most complex processes, things like ice sheet collapse, as well as natural hazards like earthquakes, volcanoes, and landslides. We've begun work on Landsat Next, as noted here, and that will actually continue the longest space-based record of Earth's land surface. We will build upon the Landsat legacy to create a more robust data set using next-generation technologies and more detailed data collection methods. And happy to report we've just confirmed the Grace-C satellite, and we will continue as we move on to confirm our new Earth System Observatory missions to build upon our existing data and create a 3D holistic view of Earth, all the way from bedrock up to the atmosphere. And it's a really exciting time. It's always an exciting time, by the way, to be part of NASA, but right now it's a particularly exciting time to be part of NASA and NASA science. So I would like to personally thank NASA Administrator Bill Nelson, Pam Melroy for joining us today, the whole Earth Science Division team who have been working relentlessly to get us to this point, led by the amazing Karen St. Germain, and to all of our partners, both our partners here in the room, our partners, our other interagency partners in the US, but also all of our international partners for the critical role that they play in allowing us to do what we do. And lastly, thank you to all of you who have come out today to be part of this event. It is really important. It could not be more important for us to stand together to support and benefit humanity. Thank you very much.